everybody. It's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is time to get into our weekend reality reviews. We had a couple of good shows come on this weekend. I'm going to tap into them first. How about I give you all my weekend update for myself? You all know weekend reality reviews are usually on Monday nights. Hey, Eric. And this past week was Memphis in May. And Sunday night, Lil Wayne was supposed to be at Memphis in May. So me and my best friend bought tickets. We already got shafted at the Legends of the Street tour with Rick Ross. And I told y'all that story before where the show cut off. I think they tripped a fire alarm or something right before Rick Ross came on stage. So we was like, girl, let's just get a ticket and go have fun and listen to Lil Wayne. So we down there. I done snuck my margaritas into the festival. I might have to teach y'all how I sneak my stuff in, but y'all probably already know how to do it yourselves. So I have my margarita down at the festival. I'm having a good time. Hey, Davion. And next thing you know, we got there in time to see Shaggy. Shaggy was all right. That's not why I spent my money on my ticket to see Shaggy. But, you know, we did a little bit of It Wasn't Me and had a good time. And so Shaggy went off. We went off and got something to eat. I think I got pizza, and they had everything down there. I really like how they did Memphis in May this year. This is the first time. It's really the Beale Street Music Festival. This is the first time it's been back since the pandemic. So we chilling. Here comes Moneybagg Yo. I did want to see Moneybagg Yo. He did good for the most part. He did a couple, 4 or 5 songs. Couple of songs I knew, and I was having a good time with Moneybagg Yo. Then he started letting everybody else, I guess, on his record label come on the stage. People I don't know, so I can't tell you who they were. So I said, girl, I'm about to go sit down because y'all know my knee be hurting sometime. So I said, let me go sit down, girl, until Lil Wayne come on stage because I knew I was going to get up and dance for Lil Wayne. So I'm sitting down listening to all the Moneybagg Yo artists on the stage. And then I hear Yo Gotti. And I said, oh, there go Yo Gotti. So I got up. I danced a little bit to Yo Gotti. I had a good time. And then people around me are whispering that Lil Wayne canceled. He not showing up. And I'm like, they don't know what they talking about because, you know, I ain't spent $80 to come down here and see Moneybagg Yo and Yo Gotti. I'm going to be pissed. And so, you know, I look at my phone because I'm like, Yo Gotti is doing too many songs for not being on the roster. And I'm like, it's 9 o'clock. And Lil Wayne's supposed to be on the stage at 9 o'clock. So now my mind is like, these bitches over here are right. Lil Wayne ain't coming. So I'm getting pissed. And I'm looking over at my best friend. She getting pissed. Next thing you know, they end the show and they're like, Lil Wayne got private jet issues, so he not going to be able to make it tonight. But we got fireworks in the Ferris wheel because they did have a nice Ferris wheel. It looked like the budget Coachella. It was definitely a budget Coachella, but it looked nice down there. And so now I'm hot because I already went through the debate, am I too old to be down here at the Beale Street Music Festival? Because I do have a bad knee. But I have been exercising 2 weeks straight to get my knee ready for all the walking it was getting ready to do. I done did all this walking. I paid $80 for the ticket. I paid $20 for parking. I bought me a huge thing of margaritas that I done snuck down up in there. All to not see Lil Wayne. Like, yeah, Yo was cool. Yo Gotti was all right, but they not what I spent my $80 for. So yes, again, Eric, another concert where the person I want to see didn't show up or something happened. So I'm rolling my eyes. I'm taking my long walk back to the car. And I'm like, well, I do got to work tomorrow. At least I can go to sleep early. So that was how my weekend went. I have vowed to never spend another dime in Memphis for a concert ticket. Because I'm only having this luck in Memphis. I don't know. They might think we too ghetto out here. I don't know why y'all rappers don't want to come perform for us in Memphis after we pay our good money. We don't get a refund. But you ain't going to get Angie again. You're not going to fool me 3 times. Not gonna do it. So the next time I want to see Rick Ross, I'm gonna have to go to Atlanta or Miami or Dallas, somewhere where they might not act too ratchet and actually let the show play all the way out. I don't know, but let's get into this. That's how my weekend went. I hope you all had a great weekend. Like, I could have watched Candy and them Sunday instead of going down there to see Moneybagg Yo. Like, if I would have known Lil Wayne wasn't going to be there in advance, I wouldn't have even drove down there. I would have just ate that $100 and been like, well, oh well. But anyway, like I said, I hope you all had a great weekend. Let's get into the reviews. Let's talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville real quick, because it ain't nothing to talk about. It wasn't a new episode this week. It was just a montage of Tisha and Marceau, and you know they on my fast forward list. I think I watched about 15 minutes, and I'm like, I already know Marceau cheating. I ain't got to watch all this over again, so I turned that off. I hope it refreshed you all's memory, because it seems like Tisha and Marceau are going to be the main focus for the remainder of the season. So it was just a little refresher to remind us, yeah, Marceau, he been up to no good. So that was Love and Marriage Huntsville. We'll get into what really happens next week. Up first, let's get into Ready to Love. I'm so bad at putting the damn timestamp back in the comments once the review is over. So I'm hoping by putting the pictures up, like if you only want to see a certain show, just scroll till you see the picture. That means I'm getting ready to talk about that show. So right now we're talking about, I'm a mess. I'm new to the YouTube game. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm trying to get like the big people, but it's baby steps. Baby steps. Let's talk about the outfits. You know we got to talk about the outfits. I couldn't get everybody's look. These were the only ladies' looks that really posted on Instagram. Like, this is a season where they really aren't posting as much as they've done in the past. Dakia looks fucking amazing. I love that dress on Dakia. It fits her frame perfectly. Her hair and makeup was laid. A 10 for Dakia. Sabrina, I hate the dress, but I love her makeup and I love her jewelry and her shoes. She set that off. But the dress doesn't do anything for you, Sabrina. It really looked wrinkled. Tina, for somebody who quit the show and said the process wasn't for her, she understood the reunion assignment. Her hair and makeup, best on the stage. Tina looked fucking good, and I love that dress. And I really don't like feathers, but I love the little sprout of feathers just right there around her wrist. Tina looked fucking good. Now, these are the couples. Well, I thought that was Clifton. That ain't Clifton. That's damn Tori. Well, anyway, and that ain't even Donovan. Well, these ain't the couples, but Dakia looks good in that blue. That ain't Dakia. Y'all, I promise I ain't had nothing to drink. Get it together, Edgy. Carmen looks good in that royal blue. I love that color on her. Laverne looks like a toddler from the 1950s. I don't know what the hell Laverne has on. That looks a mess. And whoever told him it was cute, they're not your friend, Laverne. Joy looks amazing. I love that dress on Joy. The hair and makeup was aight, but my opinion and attitude towards Joy completely changed after this reunion. And Tori, for the most part, the men looked really good, except for Laverne. But let's get into what actually took place. You right, I ain't gonna waste my money again. Oh, Davion, she should have wore the blue eyes. Coordinate. I think she was thoroughly embarrassed by the dragon she got on Twitter for them blue eyes, and she done threw them in the trash. If you haven't, girl, throw them blue eyes in the trash and that powerful chain in the trash. But up next, they start to talk about how sexual the cast was. You know, they flirted a lot. They got into Carmen and that pickle, and she was like, well, we single. If I throw it, you should catch it. I ain't mad at that. I would not roll my eyes at 30 to 40-year-olds talking sexually and they're single. That's actually what I want to see. I want to see more chemistry over, am I a top and am I the bottom? You know, I'd rather see that. And then they talked about the kidney thing with Tori, and he said, you know, when you hitting it right, that's when you hitting the kidney. I think Tori might be one of them people like DJ Envy wife where everybody is just faking it for him, because it's no way. My kidney is way back over here. My vagina is here. That's what I'm telling you. Y'all need to bring back these health classes and teach these men anatomy and things like that. Sir, you're not hitting a kidney. At the most, you might hit a G spot, maybe. But they could just be doing a whole bunch of hollering so you could finish. Hey, Dabu. Okay, after that, Tina had a little moment where she said the show wasn't for her. Girl, tell us something we don't know. Tori and Sabrina. And we get into the ear nibble of it all. Everyone assumed that when that question was asked that Sabrina would be nibbling on Tori's ear. Me at home, I assumed the same thing. Joy screamed it out, go Tori. Everybody was on the same page. Even Tommy said, I thought you was going to nibble on Tori. And she was like, no. Demetrius, 15 minutes before we had that little game outside, he came to me and he said, I'm picking you, I'm feeling you, and I want you to reciprocate the feelings. So she said, well, we had that conversation 15 minutes ago, so let me reciprocate to Demetrius. Sabrina, tell it to somebody that might believe you. I felt like Sabrina, from the beginning of this, for me, came across as someone who was here to play the game. She outwardly admitted it. Like, I like men to chase me. She don't like to do all the chasing. So I feel like Sabrina, and I don't know Sabrina, I'm just giving you my opinion of what I thought her mindset might be. I felt like Sabrina said, I already got Tori, so let me go nibble on Demetrius so I can have Demetrius too. And she probably felt like Donovan was just happy to be there. She was like, Donovan happy to be here, so he'll be all right. So then she went into a conversation of Demetrius don't hardly ever smile. That was true. Our connection was silent. It was a silent pursuit. You wouldn't really see him talking to me like you see Tori talking to me. Well, that's a problem. That's a problem, especially for a TV show. Now, if this is regular day-to-day life, I can understand somebody being introverted, more quiet, and laid back in how they approach women. But this is a damn TV show. You can't be silent and then be upset. It just seemed weird to me, and I really didn't care. I really didn't care. Dabu, I mean, what could I do? What could I do? My friend on Facebook said, tear all the shit up at the concert. I can't do that. I got to go to work in the morning. I can't go to jail. So it is what it is. Tori's feelings were still hurt. You could see on Tori's face. I don't know if it's that his feelings were hurt, but you know, sometimes men, you all are in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but sometimes men have that ego, and I felt like his ego is still hurt for not being chosen. And then he kind of played himself with Precious. We ain't got to that yet. He probably felt a little bit embarrassed, and that his ego was probably just a little bit poked, you know, a little poked. Tori will be all right. He's a very handsome man, and for him to be in my age range, he looks very young. I'm sure he can find somebody. Women love their kidneys touched, so I'm sure he'll. Let's move on from that because I don't really care. Yeah, I already said all that. So it's another segment. They didn't really do this as much as they've done in the past, where they show us a lot of the behind the scenes and a little bit of drama that may happen behind the scenes. They didn't really do that a lot this reunion, or, you know, they'll say cut, and then we hear all the whispers of the people getting up from the couch. I miss that, but we got this one little moment of where Tina is telling somebody that she blocked everybody on social media, not just Paul, but everybody. And I'm like, girl, was it that deep? I don't think people cared about you that much, Tina. Yeah, his ego is just bruised, and that's it. He'll be all right. Now we get to Carmen and Donovan. I wanted to hit fast forward so bad because they totally playing in our face on the show, and now they just got to continue the game for the reunion, and then they'll probably announce that they broke up in a couple of weeks. As they're sitting on the stage, they have no chemistry, they have no natural form of communication. Everything they said sound rehearsed. But let's get into it. So I said that Carmen was up here grabbing whoever was left. Because, yeah, she was there with her pregame alliance, Eric. That fell through. She was going to play around with Paul, but don't nobody really want Paul. And then I guess after, Sabrina and Donovan fell out, I can't wait till they address that because I really never understood why they fell out so bad. But it just seemed unnatural the way Carmen and Donovan interact. So Donovan says, no, Tommy asked Donovan, well, how did you know Carmen was the one for you? And he says something about, I knew it when we were at the house. Everything just fell into alignment. I went to the house to weed people out and not to bring new people in, but to weed people out. So I'm like, bullshit, rehearsed answer, didn't sound as good as you thought it would sound in your head, but let's keep it moving. Let me tell you when Donovan fell for Carmen. Donovan came to that retreat to get with Tina. He wanted Tina. Tina ain't show up. So Tina ain't show up. Okay. Well, that's one person down. Who's next? Sabrina. I think Donovan would have chose Sabrina over Carmen any day of the week. But Sabrina is over here nibbling on Demetrius's ear. And Tori is sitting over there mad. So Donovan was like, okay, I don't fit in with Sabrina. She off the list. Oh, Carmen is here and she willing to let me rub up and down on her in the hot tub. So I guess I like her. I mean, I guess. I don't believe Carmen and Donovan are a match. So let's fast forward. What else I said? And I said Carmen's face. Carmen's facial expression the entire time Demetrius was talking about her, it was not the face of a woman who, I don't want to say in love, but just really liked this man, and this man is saying all this good stuff. She was kind of looking like if a man was saying all this nice stuff about me, I'd be like, I'd be looking at him like, yeah, that's when he fell for me. Fast forward. Donovan saw that Sabrina was full of shit, so he went after Tina and Carmen. Was that it? Because Donovan seems to be full of the same shit Sabrina is full of, if you ask me. So it was too much Sabrina and Donovan this whole episode. I'm like, why are we still talking to them? Ain't none of them make it to the end. Why do we care? But let's move on to Eric and Dakia. Eric and Dakia confused me. And what confused me the most about this segment was that Joy was all hugging and comforting Eric at the end of this conversation. But let's get into it. So we talking about this damn prom picture. And we already know what happened. They was at some kind of group event. They were posing for a picture. His hands were on the waist. And she was like, we ain't in prom. So he was like, oh, prom. And he probably went up here to the breast. Okay. Inappropriate. I've already said it once. If a woman does not give you consent to touch her, don't touch her. Now, Tommy said, do you think you misread the situation? And Eric was like, no, I don't feel like I misread the situation. He was like, he said, I felt like we were a couple. I felt like we were talking. You know how people be like, we talking. So he probably felt like he was a step up in the competition. They were number ones. He said they've been kissing off camera, hooking up, kissing off camera. What he said was, I don't feel like I should have done that with other people around. That tells me that he's either done something like that before, like they may have connected some kind of way off camera where he felt comfortable enough to rub up on parts of her body. I'm not saying that they have, but for the way he explained it, in Eric's mindset, he felt like they were in a position to where he could probably rub up on her booty, fill up on her breast. And maybe they have done that kind of stuff off camera. And so he felt like, well, we in front of people, let me show them. These my titties. You know, men do stupid shit like that, but it's usually in a relationship setting, and you usually know I have consent, like my husband, or if you have a boyfriend, I'm still not going to go back on what I said. If a woman has not given you consent in that moment, and that's not your girlfriend, that's not your fiance, that's not your wife, you probably want to get that consent up front before you start grabbing body parts. Well, let me know that the Kia, where I 100% believe the Kia, because she was like, immediately I shoved you and said, I'm a lady, don't ever touch me like that. And Paul backed her up, which lets me know you and Dakia are in two different mindsets. And Dakia probably isn't as forward as some other ladies, because I don't want to take away from Dakia, because I'm 100% team Dakia on this. But I've been there where I've been talking to someone and they'll come rub up on my booty or come grab a breast or something. And I be thinking that shit is kinky and fun, and like, I might like some shit like that. But everybody is not me. So I 100% respect the Kia and what she said. So what they do is they apologize, and she accepts the apology, but then she says, I just wish your accountability would have been sooner. And then Eric was like, oh, fuck this shit. I was trying to be nice to your ass, but if you want to go there, let's go. I did not like the way Eric spoke to Dakia, because to me, I agree with Dakia. She said, yeah, you apologized that night after someone told you. And that's what Eric said. He was like, yeah, after someone approached me about the situation, I text you or called you to apologize. You a grown-ass man in your 40s. Nobody should have to tell you that grabbing a woman's breast without her consent is something you should be apologizing for. I agree with Dakia. After I told you in that moment, I'm a lady, don't touch me like that, you should have immediately said, oh, my bad, especially if you care for me. If you say you care for me, you should immediately say, I'm sorry, I did not mean to disrespect you. You know, it should have been immediate. It should have been immediate. So I'm still 100% team Dakia. What I didn't like is that they still arguing back and forth. After that, she said something about his accountability. He kept cursing at her, not cursing her out, but as he was talking to her, he was throwing more and more curse words in there. I didn't appreciate that. That was 100% disrespect. Tommy did not check him, and Tommy, that's why I don't fuck with Tommy, because I already feel like Tommy ain't really on a woman's side anyway. I think he got some of that backwards way of thinking like his uncle, but we ain't gonna go there. I didn't appreciate that nobody took up for Dakia and at least checked him to be like, yo, you ain't gotta be cursing at this lady like this. She ain't cursing at you like that. And then at the end of it, when Tommy was like, it was some disrespect that happened, and it was a misunderstanding of the disrespect, whatever Tommy said. That's not what happened. He disrespected her, and he deserved to be kicked off the show instead of just having all this camera time after the fact. But anyway, after all that, here comes Joy hugging. I'll show y'all the picture again. Here comes Joy hugging Eric. And I'm just baffled and confused. Like, and Joy posted something else. Respect is earned, not given. I know y'all can't read that little ass shit. I can't hardly see it either. But the cliff notes of what she said is, it seems like Joy is going to be coming for Dakia, because somewhere in the process, Dakia says she might have to take Clifton from Joy. Jesus, girl, if you still holding on to that, I can see why you don't have no man. And I can see right now the way you acting at this reunion, how you gonna lose that man. You two holding on. Like, the kid didn't do nothing to you. This is a dating show. This is a dating process. She's supposed to be trying. Number one, Clifton didn't become your man until after the fact. Unless y'all was doing some stuff behind the scenes while y'all talking about, I can't wait for the sex. Put that line on somebody else. I ain't never believe that. But it's just that when it comes down to issues where women should have each other's back, I didn't appreciate seeing Joy having the disrespectful man's back, giving him comfort, all because of something the kid said during a game show. Like, girl, who cares if the kid said she want to take your man? Did she take him? Didn't Clifton dump the kid for you? Why do you care about that? You should still have her back and let men know. That's why he gonna do that shit to somebody else. That's why he gonna do that shit to somebody else. Because you made it seem like, oh, woo, it's okay. You could grab titties. It's okay. Let a man come grab your titties. I don't know. I just didn't feel that. How y'all feel about Joy condoning Eric? Don't condone, but what he did, but it feels she was more embarrassed about him doing it than the actual act. I agree with you, Davion. I do feel like, and I'm speaking this from my Angie brain, and you know, Angie brain is not every other woman's brain. I do feel like if they weren't in a crowd and he might have wandered with his hands, she probably wouldn't have been as offended. But I would be offended too if we sitting in a room full of people and I make a joke and the next thing I know, your titties, your hands all up like this. I'm like, hold up. I might do that too in front of, some other people. But at the end of the day, please learn to keep your hands to yourself if a woman has not given you the consent to place them anywhere on her body. Just keep them to yourself. And that's a great lesson for everyone to learn. I don't think it's anything wrong with learning that lesson. Okay. I ain't going through all them notes because I done said what I had to say about that situation. So now we got Sabrina again, and I'm ready to fast forward because I'm like, why are we talking to Sabrina about Donovan and the process and Tori? We don't care. Let's get to the main point. I want to get into what happened. Oh, at some point, Donovan said he wanted Joy, or that's what Sabrina said. Like, well, you told me if you would have got to the process earlier, you would have had another woman. I don't see anything wrong with him saying that, because for Joy, you would have had to be there day one because she was already smitten with Clifton day one. So you weren't coming in on no blind date picking up Joy. So I don't see anything wrong with what Donovan's saying. Like, maybe if he would have been there day one, he could have kind of shot his shot at Joy and maybe could have got in there. Who knows? But kind of after day one, your shot wasn't working. Like, she would be nice to you. She would smile and giggle in your face, but it was always Clifton for Joy. Donovan called Precious a golden girl. And in the background, in the back, Joyce, get him, Donovan. I'm like, girl, what you bouncing for? Like, what did Precious do to you? It's a lot of stuff that happened behind these scenes that they are not saying on this reunion. Because for Joy to have the back of every man, and it seemed like she dissing all the women, I don't understand, because I really like Joy. I really liked her energy, but I don't understand this Joy. Like, I don't understand the, get him, Donovan, get her, Donovan. Like, what did Precious do to you? Donovan is the asshole. I don't even think Donovan deserved to be cast. That's bad casting. Why would you ever cast someone who's only 3 months fresh out of divorce? Probably when he was doing the casting interviews, he probably had just signed the papers. Let's move on. Sabrina and Tori, boring. So what happened with Sabrina and Demetrius? Donovan told Demetrius that him and Sabrina been kissing off camera. Who cares? My main question is, when you're dating, are you obligated to keep everyone that you're dating in the loop of what you're doing with everyone else? No. When I was back in my 20s doing my thing and dating around, moving around, I was never telling the next man, oh, well, yeah, I just went on a date with so-and-so and we kissed and hugged and I let him rub my booty a little bit, but I'm still down to go out with you tonight. You ain't say no shit like that. You went out with who you went out with. And once you decided, okay, I'm really serious about this one, you dropped all of them. Like, okay, I got a man now. I can't see you no more. You know, I didn't understand why Donovan, the hater, felt the need to tell Demetrius about, oh, I respect him, so I got to tell him. No, you were hating. You hated Sabrina. You mad that she didn't choose you. So you went and told the one who you thought was her man to make him upset, which it did. And Demetrius only upset because he was just happy to be on the show because he really didn't contribute anything. So Sabrina dissed his mama. Not really dissed the mama, but didn't want to go visit the mother because once he found out about the kiss, he called his mama, mama's boy, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Because what you calling your mama for? You ain't got no homeboys? The homeboy that said you wanted a, not subservient, submissive is the word. I didn't mean to say subservient, forgive me. The homeboy that said you want a submissive woman, you couldn't call him and talk about your relationship problems. You got to call your mama. Red flag, red flag, red flag. And so I wouldn't want to meet your mama neither because now you setting me up for this woman to come at me sideways. Because trust and believe, my son tell me some bullshit about a woman and then bring her up in my face talking about, oh, well, this is my girlfriend now. I'm looking at her sideways too and I got questions. So I wouldn't want to meet your mama neither after that. So a lot of this reunion is making me side with Sabrina, and I really ain't used to like her. Reunion to do that. It'll do it. At the end of the day, she said the kiss was good, but it wasn't worth all this trouble. And Donovan was like, finally, we agree about something. Sexual tension. Sexual tension. Because why you agreeing about how good the kiss was with your woman sitting right there to your left? Let's move on. Laverne, I wanted to give Laverne and his outfit a fast forward, but I wanted to hear what this whole, what did they call it? Plot. What the plot was all about. Laverne and Ace tried to date after the show was off. Cute, but Ace said he wasn't ready for no relationship and I ain't had time to be given to this man and he don't know how to reciprocate. Ace, I'm happy you learned it because we always looking at you crazy on the show, but at least you figured it out. And I think Ace said she blocked his ass. Good for you, Ace. Ace is dating Tyrone. I can't remember why. Did we not like Tyrone or was he just weird? But Ace is dating Tyrone from last season now. So what was said in the plot is that Carmen, Tina, and Sabrina wanted to break up the couples. I believe it. Carmen and Sabrina look like the two that were here to play the game and just wanted to make it to the end. And the way you make it to the end is to vote out everybody who have a top so you can still float around and get the extras. I 100% believe it. I don't know how much Tina cared. And maybe that's what drove Tina away. It's like, it's too much alliances going on. This ain't Survivor. But anyway, Precious said that's not what she said. But then at the end of the day, that is what you said. But let's get into what she said. Precious said that Carmen wanted to get Laverne out. And so Carmen called Tina to get Tina to vote for Laverne in the bottom, but Tina didn't answer the phone. Okay, Tina, you off the hook. She said she called Sabrina, and Sabrina was like, I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got a connection with his ass, no way. He was going to be in my bottom anyway. So Carmen is the one who was doing the plotting. I believe it because Carmen is the one who came on the show with a pregame alliance. I believe it. Precious is more caught up on the word plotting. I didn't try to plot. I never said plot. But you said everything else that sounds like a plot. So what you want to call it? You were calling people to get Laverne kicked off. You were asking people to get Laverne kicked off. You just caught up on the word plot. But I told Ace I wasn't plotting and I cussed her out. I hope Ace cussed you out right back. Because you wouldn't call me cussing me out for some shit you said. If you ain't want nobody to know, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Okay. Tyrone was the one who said Shiloh looked like his wife at first glance. Okay, I remember that. He was a little bit weird, but he might be a good man. And he might have the energy that Ace needs. But let's move on. So in this situation, I believe Laverne, because I really do believe those ladies were plotting to make it to the end. I really do. Y'all put it in the comments. Do y'all believe the plot? I mean, Precious pretty much admitted to it. Precious just don't like the word plot. Anyway, that was part 1. Part 2, we get to see Joy go off on the kid, and I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to like that. I want to see a sisterhood. This is a dating show. Y'all acting like y'all been dating these men for 10 years and y'all got 2-3 babies by them and you fighting for your relationship. This is a dating show. Next week, we're going to see Tina say Paul wanted her to self-evict so he could self-evict and they could run off in the sunset together. Paul, Tina never wanted you. I don't know what Tina wanted. Tina gives me the feeling that she thought it would. I don't think there was any men on this show for Tina. And Tina thought she probably could come out here and find a nice man. She tried to play along, and then she realized, I don't want these men, and she bagged out of it. We're going to see some more next week and look a little bit spicier. I'm actually over it if they not going to... Precious going to cuss somebody out. I'm here for Precious cussing out whoever she was. Precious looked good. That red wig with a bang, Precious looked really nice tonight. I wish she wouldn't have wore pink lipstick with a pink dress. I wish she would have gave it a glossy, soft pink lip and let her eyes and wig pop. But hey, I ain't no stylist. That's just my opinion. But let's move on. Next week look like it'll be a little bit better. Let's jump into... It's time for our girls, Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is going to be quick because, they worked my last... Drew worked my last nerve. I'm already ready for Drew not to be picked up next season. Already ready. Drew, play with something else besides your marriage. Because either you the dumbest woman in the world, you feel like you probably can't get no other man, and you're beautiful, you can get another man. I don't know what it is, Drew. I don't know why you want to look like this on TV. To me, this is something I wouldn't tell nobody. Because wasn't nobody looking at Ralph's assistant. Who even knew Ralph had an assistant? Girl. Drew is a hot mess. But let's get into the show, how it developed. I'm going to get into this massage. I'm happy they showed this in the beginning. I hope y'all get this 1 or 2 more episodes. Then I don't care. Because I'm at the point now where if Drew ain't going to leave this man, let that man cheat in peace and keep y'all business off of TV. But up first, Kenya and her Dancing with the Stars rehearsal. Kenya, I don't watch Dancing with the Stars. Kenya this season, everybody gets a clean slate except for Drew. She already on my nerve. Everybody gets a clean slate. They say Kenya no longer wants to be the villain. She not going to work our last nerve with her antics. I'm going to give her that. I'm going to watch and see. But Kenya, from the dancing I did see, the little clips I saw on Twitter, great dancer. I felt like Kenya probably could have got a lot further with Dancing with the Stars. I honestly believe she got contractually voted off the show because she had to get back to ATL and start filming. That's what I honestly believe. I believe Bravo said, yeah, your ass can go down there and twirl, on the ABC stage with the stars for a couple of weeks, but when it's time for your contract to start filming, get your ass back to Atlanta. I feel like that's what happened, girl, whatever. Because I thought Kenya was really good from the clips I saw on that show. Anyway, Marlo got her edges done, and I kind of want my edges done too. I don't feel like I'm not a wig girl, so I don't wear a lot of stuff to pull my edges out. I do wear a lot of braided styles, and my braider, oh, she braid tight. But I just feel like with age, my hair is thinning, and if I go by the genealogy of it all, is that how you supposed to say this? Like my grandmother's hair started thinning, and eventually she wore wigs. My mother, her hair is thinning, and she really don't wear her wigs no more. She say it's hot, but like my mother's hair is long, super long, but it's super duper thin. So I just feel like it's genetic. That's what I'm trying to say. And I would get me a little edge surgery just so my hair around this hairline would look a lot fuller. So Marlo, I'm here for the edges surgery. I'm here for it. Get your edges back, girl. Get your edges back. Now, they talking about what Marlo does for a living. I feel like we never gonna learn what Marlo does for a living. Let Marlo live. If the IRS ain't knocking on her door, the FBI ain't worried about if she escorting or not, leave that lady alone. Leave that lady alone. I ain't got to know what you do for a living. Be fabulous. Obviously, Bravo paying her now. Anyway, Sheree come walking up in these tight-ass joggers. Sheree, if you're going to be the queen of the joggers, you need to get some better ones than that. That shit look like it came from the Lane Bryants. Because I shop in Lane Bryant, and I don't even pick them joggers up. I said, this look like some old lady shit. Sheree, do better. This your first time back on TV, and you strolling down the street in some raggedy ass workout pants. You could at least put on a little Gucci suit or something. You saw what Candy had on. But anyway, Sheree feels like Brooklyn changed Kenya for the better. I know She by Sheree, but She by Sheree was started for fashions, not these ugly ass jogging suits. Do you know we can go anywhere and get a jogging suit, Sheree? Focus on something else, because the jogging suits you be showing not even that cute, and you probably gonna charge $100, and I ain't buying it. But let's move on. Her man out of jail, but we don't care. We already know he not gonna be filming this season, so please don't talk no more about your man. I see a lot of fast forwarding coming up in the future when she start crying about Tyrone. Candy admits that she don't give Todd the sex on the regular. They be tired. Candy girl, I understand. When you get to a certain age, sometimes you lay down and just go to sleep. And you be like, okay, I'll have to fuck you tomorrow. Or maybe in the morning. Catch me in the morning. But I'm tired. And Candy got a lot more going on than me. She got 1 million jobs. She got 2 little ass kids and a college kid that's probably working her nerve. So she got all the sex toys in the world. I'm sure Todd know how to get himself off, and they pretty happy. We get to see a little bit of Monty, Marlo. Cute, but y'all know how I feel about kids on the show. I can see Marlo be a Monty on Instagram. I really don't care about seeing her be a Monty on this show. Give me some drama. Give me something to talk about, Marlo. Cute nephews. Proud of you for stepping in for the family and taking them in and not letting them go to the foster care system. Great thing she's doing. Love to see it. Now, Eric, you being shady, talking about Chateau Thelma. I really feel like Sheree could have a much more fabulous life if she sold that damn house, or would have never even built the house. She could have built her a nice little 3-bedroom with a bonus room. You know what I got. A nice 3-bedroom, 2-story, a nice bonus room, a wonderful master suite. That's all you needed, Sheree, and you could have saved the rest of that money for your fashions, and you wouldn't be running around here in joggers. I really don't know how she keep up with the taxes and all that stuff. What does her mama do? Because she don't look like she got a rich mama like Candace in Potomac. But that ain't my business. Let's move on. Drew and Ralph go work out with Sonya and Ross. I might say this lady name wrong a million times in the reviews. Forgive me. I always thought it was Sanya. But anyway, fine ass husband, beautiful baby. I like Sanya. I think she's a great addition to Real Housewives of Atlanta. So they go to work out, but this is just an opportunity for Drew to tell Sanya all her fucking business. And I'm like, Drew, you don't even know this lady. And you sitting up here telling her how your husband ain't shit. He got an assistant, a beautiful assistant, an assistant offering up massages, and he ain't turning them down. I'm going to get into Drew a little bit more because she worked my last nerve. Now, Sanya I like because she was quick with the shade. Now, y'all know I didn't put the picture up. Let me see if I can find it. Bravo is shady. Drew said she had plastic surgery. Here it is. Because she had some kind of condition where it, shit, I ain't no doctor. I don't know what the hell Drew condition is, but she had plastic surgery to help her lose weight and get her snatch back together. And then she said after the plastic surgery, she dropped 25 pounds in 3 weeks. And I said, bitch, where? That was before Bravo even put up the shady ass picture. I said, bitch, 25 pounds where? If you would have dropped 25 pounds, you would be like this. Because Drew was already not a big lady. It just looked like she got, you know, what normal women have when they have a baby. She still got her pregnancy pouch. And it's normal. But girl, where was the plastic surgery? Forget the 25 pounds. What plastic surgery? And if you look at this picture, Drew, this is bad advertising. You look bigger after than you look before. I like saying it. She was like, how we dropping 20 with Drew and she can't even drop a squat? And I said, Drew, I know how it is when you got a bad knee. You can't get down in that squat. You got to do it in the pool. That's why I like water aerobics. Every day when I do water aerobics, I do about 120 squats because I can get in the squat and get my exercise on. Drew, stop scamming these people. You should have just got your little flat tummy tea ad, make a couple 10,000 and post a flat tummy tea. No one is going to be dropping anything with you after episode 1 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. After seeing this fucking picture, no one is spending any money to drop anything with you because you look bigger after. But let's move on. So, Sanya has a little moment at her house. I love her house. She just moved to Atlanta. Her parents live in the house with her. I love my mom. I love my dad. I love them. Damn. I love to go home and visit as much as I can, especially now that I live in Memphis. I'm so much closer to Illinois. It ain't nothing for me to get on the road and be to my parents' house. But live with me, I'm not ready for that. Not ready for that. It's too much stuff I like to do that I don't want to hear their mouth. And even though I'm grown, I still don't want to. It's just I don't want to hear it. And the way Sanya was having that conversation with her husband about another baby, and he was like, well, did you think if you don't have another baby, that might be the end of our relationship? And she was like, oh, I ain't never know that was an option. Not a conversation to have in front of your parents. No. No, because now they in your business. Because you telling your business at the dinner table, so now they in it. And now you asking them for advice. And the daddy talking about, go on, get my baby. I'll mix up some formula. On with the mama. You ain't about to do shit. I don't know. It ain't my place to tell Sanya to have another baby or not. She ain't asked me. But I'm always on the side of not. I am. Kids are a lot of work. That's probably why I only have one. I really wanted to have two. But around the time when I got married, I think I told this story before. We were in a smaller house, so we were working on our finances to get a bigger house. And then once we got the bigger house, I wanted to decorate it and buy furniture. And by the time I was at a point where like, oh, I can afford some daycare. Let's have a baby. Shit, my son was a junior in high school and wasn't nobody doing that. So I'm not mad at saying it. Like, Yeah, having a sibling is cute, but it ain't worth your internal peace because kids are work. And if you're not ready to put in that extra work for two, I say don't do it. Forget what everybody else said. If they ain't babysitting, don't do it. Okay, so Drew is still working on this diet scam or plan. So she gonna start selling pre-made dinners, meal preps, whatever it's called. Girl, if you give me them 3 shrimp and 5 zucchini and a meal prep box, and you think I'm gonna get full, no ma'am. And you probably charging people $10 per box. No ma'am. I don't care how good Sanya and Candy said it was. Sanya looked like she Candy best friend when it come to eating. Sanya love to eat down, and Candy do too. They gonna say anything is good as long as you hand them a plate. So I'm not buying it, and let's move on. So Sanya takes it upon herself to carry this bone Drew laid on her. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. Go on, tell Candy about this massage from the assistant to your husband. So, Drew tells Candy. Ralph comes in. They all got to check Ralph. The best thing from this situation is when Candy said, but what did you reply? Yeah, I know the assistant offered you a massage and all of that. That's cute. But what did you say? And this is how I know this shit is real. Because at first I thought they was planning their marriage again. And because that Tampa thing, I still can't wrap my mind around that. But this is how I knew it was real. Because Drew started to mumble up Ralph was starting to mumble up some lies. And Drew was like, tell the facts if you gonna tell it. You said you wish I could have got the massage. And you said, well, see, I'm a man. And whatever he said, shit, I don't forget. But Drew checked him, was like, you gonna tell the truth or we ain't gonna tell it. I don't know. I just don't understand why she want all her marital business in the street. I just don't understand it. But Ralph is explaining like, no, I'm just a man and I ain't know what this day. Look, Ralph is already fucking this assistant if you ask me. Because later on, Candy said she already found the woman on Instagram and she being messy already. We're going to get to that later on in the review. But this is why I said, Drew, divorce this man or let him cheat in peace. Because I'm over the storyline. I'm over your cheating ass husband storyline. Drew done already at the beginning of the episode said, oh, we still working on Tampa. And I got so upset when I found out about this. I took the kids and went to Chicago. Okay, then why did you come back? If you were that upset, why did you feel the need to come back and then spray all your business on TV? And then she gonna say the dumbest shit. As long as he keep coming to marriage counseling, I'm gonna keep sticking it in there with him so he could keep fucking around, go to Tampa, get all the massages and all the assistance he wants. But long as he show up every Monday for y'all counseling session, you good. Girl, get you a new counselor. Let me advise you because I can give you a little bit of advice. Because I'm over it. I'm gonna tell you exactly this. Leave that man because he doesn't respect you. He does whatever he wants to do, and he knows you're gonna be sitting right here. Or let that man cheat in peace. Let that man do what he want to do, and you come up with another storyline for this TV show. Because I'm over it. Okay. And then the bitch still not fired. I wrote that in my notes. After all of this shit, he still got this assistant. After all of it, he still texts and communicates with the assistant after all of this. Let's get into Lay Archives. Now, the first thing I learned is that Marlo spelled it wrong. It's supposed to be L Archive, not Lay Archive. But it's her company. Let her spell it however she want to spell it. Don't act like we don't get creative with spelling some shit. We spell all kind of shit wrong. But it just reminds me of those TikToks where the people come up with all these crazy baby names and we be trying to. So let's not act like people don't spell shit wrong. Now, when I first saw the event, I thought the event was very nice. I thought the place was beautiful. I didn't mind Marlo having all her fashions on the mannequins, wigless, because I'm showing you the clothes. I'm not trying to show you a hairstyle. I'm not trying to show you these models and they walk. I'm just displaying the fashion. It's something and I've seen this on TV before. You walk around and look at the fashion. I have seen it where they have live models stand like mannequins and they got to stand there the whole time. But maybe Marlo ain't want to pay them all that money to sit up there and stand the whole party when them damn mannequins was probably $9.99 each. But that's all I'm gonna say. Now, there's a scene where Kenya shows up and Drew was like, oh, me and Kenya, I'm so upset. We hit it off bad last season and I want a clean slate, but I'm still gonna be watching the bitch. But then she over there kissing her ass. Oh, Kenya, you're the best. Can we be friends? Can you please forgive me? I'm so sorry. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So your girlfriend Portia don't show up. So you said, I don't want the heat from Portia coming to me, so let me be friends with this bitch. I lost all respect for Drew watching her kiss Kenya's ass. It's one thing to say, look, can we get a clean slate? Bygones be bygones, fresh season, fresh slate. But not, oh, Kenya, you were so great on Dancing with the Stars. Oh, look at your outfit. You dressed down, girl. Oh, can we be friends? It was so fake and phony to me. I don't like Drew. I've been wrestling with it, and it's just like, it's something fake about her, or maybe I can't put my finger on it with Drew, but she's somebody I couldn't be around. It would aggravate me because she always got a problem. Her husband always cheating. She always crying over something. She always huffing and puffing and then backpedaling. I couldn't, But anyway, Marlo showed up late to her own event. She first come out in some furry pink dress, which I said, okay, that's cute. Then she came out with the strawberry dress because, you know, Sheree said that dress looked like the strawberry candy in your grandmama purse at church. And I'm like, that's some good strawberry candy, though. I like the red dress. The red dress was more avant-garde. Is that how you say it? It's like more structural. The fluffy pink dress didn't do anything for her shape. The red one really didn't do anything either, but at least it was more interesting to look at. It's more of a talking fashion piece. So I did like the red dress. Okay. Everybody talking shit about Marlo. I ain't gonna go through what everybody said. But Sheree and Sanya felt the need to run up and go tell Marlo what everybody said, but they ain't say what they said. And that's what I don't like about bone collectors or carriers, whatever we're gonna call it. Don't go over there talking shit about what I said, but don't tell what you said. Because Sanya was talking the same shit everybody else was talking. And then she was actually initiating the conversations to talk shit. And then was like, oh, Marlo, girl, let me tell you, they said your event wasn't shit. Where the fashions, where the food, you know. Now, they said the little hors d'oeuvres were good, but I'm kind of like Kenya. I would have expected some food. Like, not no little finger sandwich, but it ain't my event. It wasn't my budget. So, now, Drew is over there. They over there snitching to Marlo. Drew is over here with Candy and Kenya, and she did something I never, ever, ever, ever do. I don't care if we make up or not. I'm never telling my enemy my business so they can throw that shit back in my face. And I guarantee you, the moment you and Kenya fall out, she gonna be like, well, that's why your husband was in Tampa. That's why your husband over there getting massages. Kenya gonna do it. I would never, ever, 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 ever tell my enemy my business. But maybe they ain't enemies. But I'm like, Kenya ain't the bitch. I wouldn't tell. This is just something I wouldn't tell nobody on this show. You see what Kenya did with the cookie lady? She gonna have yours. She gonna drag that assistant up in your face. But anyway, Candy was like, girl, look, here go what she looked like right here. I done found her Instagram. I'm like, Candy, how did you find this lady Instagram without knowing her name? Teacher class. Because I was sitting up here just looking for the Ready to Love reunion looks, and I couldn't find that shit. And I'm like, Candy done found the whole assistant and didn't even get her name. And then the assistant is posting. What did she post? Because I wrote it down. To who it may concern. If I want to, I will. If I want them, I can have them. And Candy was like, she posted this. the same night we had that party, which tells you that not only is she still working for Drew or Ralph, Ralph done told the woman everything y'all said about her at the kitchen table. And she doubled down and went to Instagram and said, and yeah, bitch, if I want your man, I can have him. You about to have an Ariana on your hands. You better nip this shit in the bud, Drew, because I feel like it's some embarrassment, future embarrassment coming your way. This shit is embarrassing enough. I would never. But anyway, so pretty much that's why I said I feel like they fucking already. For them to be having these kind of intimate conversations that you're having with your wife, you're talking to your assistant. Okay, we over the assistant talk. It seemed like from the previews, we gonna be talking about it some more. So Marlo is back and she ready to go off on everybody. She was like, everybody tell me what y'all said so I can read y'all in a row. She started off with Kenya and Kenya was like, girl, I ain't say nothing about you. And she was like, bitch, yes you did. Don't curse at me. Nothing. I ain't gonna get down there. Then Drew, because all her fire was aimed at Kenya. Drew piping up, girl, we always asking questions. And she said, is that a French roll? And then production put up a picture of a croissant. And I said, that shit do look like a croissant. Drew, stay out of it. You stay getting stung because you be putting your hand out there. Mind your business. Now that French roll was looking a mess. That remind me of prom. And y'all know I went to prom in the 90s. That's what we used to wear to the prom. That's a nice wedding hairstyle. I see a lot of ladies wear that hairstyle and you put your little veil right there. Drew, I know Portia was all up on Instagram saying she gave you all the go naked hair you could want this season, but she should have gave you some fashions and she should have gave you some styling tips. You still look a mess. Your wigs look nice. Shout out to Portia. But everything else still look a mess. And I'm with Marlo. Not a French roll girl. Move on. Kenya threw some good shade about Le Bay. Talking about order your stuff from Le Bay, some used Marlo fashions. Well, it was some cute shade going around. I like it. They ended it with Marlo. Kenya was like, well, do you got the boys in private school? And Marlo was like, well, did you go to private school? Candy, you got all the money world. Did you go? And here go Drew again. Well, I went to public and private, and that's why your ass not successful. And then Marlo storms off. She said, fuck these bitches. I like Marlo. I think giving Marlo a peach is gonna turn out well. Marlo's gonna make sure we have a good show, just like Kenya is gonna make sure we have a good show. They ain't gonna let it be flat for long. They'll stir up some make-believe shit to get it popping. So I'm here for Marlo. I'm here, Kenya. You on a clean slate. I ain't begging and kissing your ass like Drew, but you on a clean slate. Candy, I always like Candy, but I need her to have something else other than Mama Joyce saying Todd ain't got no money, because I'm over that. Who else on the show? Sanya, I really like Sanya. Sheree looked like she could have stayed. Like Bravo looked like y'all paid Sheree for nothing. But I'm giving the season a chance. I'm really excited. Hey, Glenda girl. I'm getting ready to wrap this up, but I'll be back next week. We'll be back on Mondays. I have no Sunday night plan. Oh, it's Mother's Day next. Sunday is Mother's Day. Okay, I got to go take my ass to Walgreens and get a card so I could put in the mail so it could please let it get to my mama's house by Saturday. Please, no. I done already sent my sister a cash app so she could buy the gift because my sister stay in Illinois too. But please let the card get there by Saturday. So that's what I'm getting ready to go do. I'm about to go look up and down the aisles for me a Mother's Day card. And then the reviews will be back on time. It's also my son's birthday. This year, his birthday happens to fall on Mother's Day. And out of all that, he won't be with me. He'll be with his dad because his dad is going to pick him up from college. This day final exams week. So they'll be moving out the dorms and that kind of stuff. But I don't have my son. I'm not going to be with my mom. So I guess Mother's Day will just be catch up on Real Housewives of Atlanta Day. And I'll make the reviews fun next week. It'll be back to Monday nights. So you all enjoy your Tuesday night. What come on TV tonight, y'all? I ain't got nothing to watch. Nothing come on till Survivor comes on tomorrow. I guess I'll catch up on something on Netflix or something. Oh, and The Circle is back tomorrow on Netflix. So I'm looking forward to that. So I got some TV watching tomorrow, but I ain't got too much to do tonight. But let me go head out to the store. You all, if you live far away from your moms, go ahead and head out and get y'all Mother's Day cards too. Because the last thing I need my mama to do is call me and say I could at least got the card in the mail. Even though I got her present already cashed out up there to her, she could be like, you could at least got your card in the mail. So let me go do that. Y'all get y'all mama's cards in the mail. And I will see you all. I guess the next review will be Friday night for Ostella. Okay. So I see y'all Friday night for Ostella. I'm going to have to find a way to work The Circle into the reviews. I do love The Circle. It might have to be its own review because Ostella already has so much. But we're going to have a good time. So much stuff is coming back in May. So the content will be up in May. So we're going to have a good time on Kiss My Cheeks TV. Go ahead and like this video, share, comment, all of that stuff. If this is your first time with me, go ahead and hit subscribe. We have a lot of fun. And I will see you all Friday night. Have a good one. Bye.